them to your own advantage. Okay, so I know that sounds maybe a little bit daunting, but it's really pretty simple. In persuasive writing, a writer takes a position for or against an issue and writes to convince the reader to believe or do something. You have probably done this before. So persuasive writing is a big part of getting elected for political office. Have you seen a political ad before?
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. You've probably all seen a political ad at one time, maybe heard on the radio or on the TV. And you hear them talking about the different things that they've done and how bad the opponent is and how great they are. That is persuasive writing. Persuasive writing appears on TV and in ads. TV and movie writers use persuasive writing to sell a preposterous plot line to viewers. So raise your hand if you've seen a horror movie recently. Okay, I see a lot of raised hands. Yeah, Halloween was just... I actually have not seen a horror movie, although my older sister did, and she told us all about it. She is still refusing to go anywhere without somebody else. So, yes, she is pretty scared now. And if you think about it, those horror movies aren't going to really happen in your life. I mean, seriously, are you really going to get killed by a ghost who has a grudge against you? Probably not. There's like a 0.00001% chance of that. But you still get scared. The person who wrote that movie used persuasive writing in a rather indirect way to make you believe in that character. Persuasive writing, however, can be used for more useful things than getting you super scared. It can be used to urge people to action. So, for example, you could persuade people to vote. You could persuade people to clean up a local park that's been littered over everywhere. You could persuade your parents to let you go to a sleepover, or a person to give you candy. So, I want to show you one example. This is actually not something I've written, but rather that my sister wrote. And my parents have this kind of really not so trusting attitude about sleepovers or really any social event. So my sister, what she does is she'll write a persuasive essay in order to be allowed to go to them. So this is what she wrote to my mom about going to a sleepover. Dear Mom, some of my most precious memories have been from the few times I've stayed overnight at a friend's house. These memories truly make up a portion of my childhood, and I am glad that I can look back on these memories and feel that I've had a wonderful childhood. In my life, sleepovers have been included in my list of most memorable experiences, and I hope to continue to create those memories. Sleepovers have a large variety of benefits, but I will only be mentioning a few. Sleepovers gain independence, enhance social skills, and help kids become more flexible. To begin with, going on a sleepover would dramatically increase my level of independence. There being just 3 years until I must go off into the world and fend for myself. Actually, I think it might have been 4. It is vital for me to learn how to become more independent. Staying the night at a friend's house would help me become more comfortable with staying places other than home. For instance, staying the night in an unfamiliar place would prepare me for college dorm rooms. Okay, and plus, part of parenting is letting go and giving your child independence as they age. Sleepovers enable one to strengthen their independence. Furthermore, going on a sleepover would enhance my social skills. Because I am an introvert, yeah, things like that happen, it's naturally more difficult for me to speak up. By going on a sleepover, I can practice engaging in conversation instead of staying silent the whole time. So you see here that Adriana, that's my sister's name, is kind of listing out the different reasons. So I'm going to pause quickly and go through. So she is laying out some of my most precious memories have been the few times I stayed overnight at a friend's house. And then she's talking about why, she's listing reasons why sleepovers are good, large variety of benefits, aid independence, enhance social skills, help kids become more flexible. So you can find this persuasive writing structure in this letter to my mom. Okay, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, But basically, my sister was using persuasive writing in a way that actually benefited her. She got to go to the sleepover, watch 4 horror movies. Yeah, so you know the rest of that story. And persuasive writing, while I'm not saying it will get you to do whatever you want all the time, it can help quite a bit. So persuasive writing isn't all about getting elected to political office or getting to talk to. Persuasive writing can be used for simple, everyday things, too.